Who you gonna run to?
Who?
Yeah.
That's right.
You can run to the 100 Kings.
That's us.
King Stevian
That's
and
me.
the 100 Queens.
Can't forget about them.
I know. The gurus got you thinking that they gonna set you free.
They ain't gonna do that.
But how can they set you free when they're not led by G-O-D?
Elohim.
You know what I'm saying? You know. Who can you run to? You run to me. The K-I-N-G. Stevian. Who can you run to? You run to King Stevian of the 100 Kings and Queens.
Now who you gonna run to? These gurus rip you off. He said that you were winning, but you found out that you lost. Now you need to back off. He said he got that COVID cough, cause he only told you that so that guy can run off. They always acting hard, but them gurus are soft. Swear they living in a mansion, but they living in a loft. Working for them agents, them state affiliates, selling UCC so they can get a kickback. They need to stop that. Matter of fact, where they at? I'm sending King Lemuel to make sure your head crack. Off with their head, the kings and queens sword clash. That's our nation speaking wisdom, make sure your needs met. Have you dropped them gurus yet? Like a television set, programming you for a trust you'll never get. Let us give you 7 steps so we can bring you on through. Now go and tell your friends who you can run to.
Who can you run to? You run to me. The K-I-N-G. Stevian. Who can you run to? You run to King Stevian of the 100 Kings and Queens. Who can you run to? You run to me. The K-I-N-G. Stevian. Who can you run to? You run to King Stevian of the 100 Kings and Queens. 100 Kings and Queens forever. Kings and Queens, clash your sword. All right, coming in real quick to make this video. Been very busy, behind on a lot of work, but I am catching up. You know, you see on the screen, it says get your Lawful money and album below. What that is the album. In the description, there's the album information where you can buy the album for $100. If you just want to support the digital album, then it is $9.49 or $9.99 on iTunes or Amazon. Okay. Now, the $9.49 album do not make you a creditor. You do have an asset. You do have that. And I've been thinking about it. For those that buy the digital album, there will be a certain amount that I do for you to make you a creditor. But it's not going to be as much as the individuals that buy the $100 album. Okay, the $100 album, they get 100 million in credits to settle the debts with all debtors or bill collectors. And the one that's $9.49, we're not gonna go very extensive with that one. The one with the $100, you get the album, which has the copper encrusting on the album cover, which you need to keep in a safe place, that you will be using to make copies of, to send off to the bill collectors, to put it in their hands so that way the debt is settled. They can't deny it. That's another thing I found out, or reject it. You also get the settlement certificate, and you also get your assignment. So those 3 different covers or documents that you will get. Okay, because you're going to dock on, you know, of course, on the land, you know. That's where everything's from. But you're going to have to handle your business with these people in this Roman sea. See? So what else can I think about here? Oh, the audio album, or you can also use that to settle the debts. And like I said before, in the video about the promissory note, there's a video about the birth certificate discharge, and then the one when I first dropped the album and the copper dollar. Again, King Sincere is the one who bought the actual copper dollar, so he can do the same thing that we're doing with the album, and of course he got an album as well. So much love to him for that. So what I'm going to do for the ones that do the 949, I can't do much because it's only 949. Okay. And of course y'all got to call me at 850-825-0933 to let me know that y'all purchased the album. Those who are purchasing through the PayPal link below, or even do it through Cash App, I have to have 2 different addresses. And it cannot be a damn vital statistics address. Stop with the fuck shit. Because you're putting it right back in their jurisdiction. You're supposed to take it away from them, not give it to them. Your address that you are using is the address to the straw man. And that straw man address will become owned. It will be owned by the trust or used by the trust. So everything, all the assets that are transferred should be transferred to that address, including your assumed name. That assumed name address in your birth state got to match up with the address that I will put on the UCC. Then when you go into the Duns & Bradstreet, which is step 2, after you have your assumed name and your common law copyright, it will line up. So the UCC lines up with the Duns & Bradstreet, the Duns & Bradstreet lines up with the assumed name, and then all that lines up with vital statistics, and that's how your credits are transferred to the right being. Okay? Some of this stuff going over y'all head, y'all want to try to fool and just try to manipulate the game. Listen, this stuff is always set in stone. Okay? And they know who's competent and they know who is incompetent. Like 2 of the kings told me. The Moorish guys told me, and then some of the kings told me. Yes, when you have these things registered in these places that I just named, okay? Your birth certificate, affidavit of ownership with the vital statistics in your birth state, the Duns & Bradstreet, you got your address in your birth state, you have your assumed name registered in your birth state, not no freaking Minnesota in your birth state. Vital statistics deals with that birth state, right? So they're going to know who you are if you came back home, if you're correct in your status. They do a sweep every month, Duns & Bradstreet. You can call and ask them. They do a sweep. And they do it with the state, the county, the treasury, the IRS. Okay? So when it comes down to your credits being transferred, that's why when you go look at my video about the Duns & Bradstreet, just type in King Stevian Duns & Bradstreet, and you will see the $250,000, a little bit over $250,000 on the screen. I think it's $289,000. That's because it lined up. Everything lined up. The IRS lined up. The $40,000 that was in the vital statistics with the Treasury Direct lined up because that's the birth certificate bond. So I'm saying all this to let you know that this stuff has to be correct. You cannot give me some crazy address when it comes to the UCC, because by the time you get to step 7 and do your own UCC, that's if you make it to that. Because I'm gonna tell you in a minute why a lot of you are not gonna make it to the end. Okay. You're going to do a information transfer, okay, from the UCC that I will do for you on my UCC, because I'm assigning you this, and then you're going to transfer that back to your UCC. So no longer I will be an administrator of that. I'm just administrating it, working for you. Here I am getting you to give $100. Fiat currency ain't real. I'm not making no bond or nothing with it. Okay? But it is to support what I'm doing for y'all and all this work that I'm doing while I keep away from my businesses. That I could be working. I don't have to do this. So, once your UCC in your birth state transfers it over, then it'll all show up. Okay? And by the time you get to the UCC and the Duns and Bradstreet, as a matter of fact, you will see that on your Duns and Bradstreet, the UCC. If it don't show up, that's something wrong. That means you didn't do your assumed name right. The addresses are not lining up. It should show up on your Duns and Bradstreet on step 2. Okay? And you need to make sure that they know this and get a copy of that so it will show up on your Duns and Bradstreet when you get in step 2. So it shows that you have these credits. It shows that you have a negotiable instrument. And Duns and Bradstreet also can help you get that instrument negotiated. But I'm not going to go too deep into that. All right, just giving y'all some advice and some knowledge here. Okay, now the 949, I'm still kind of working it out in my heart and my mind because I want y'all to have something of value. And it's not going to be 500 million or 100 million, nothing like that. It might be $1 million, it might be $500,000. Okay? So, I'll decide that and I'll let y'all know on another video. Okay, so, again, the album. It's called King Queen Copper Dollar. It's with me, King Stevian, Empanaya, King EJ. EJ produced the track. Much love to King EJ. And the album is very successful. Public and private. Okay. Not mixed, but public and private. Okay. 14 times platinum. And so that's diamond. It's diamond at 10. But for the other country, Africa and that part of Africa, then it doesn't have to be 10 times platinum to be diamond. I think it's only 5 times platinum to be diamond. So it would be double diamond. Okay? But me being very modest and, you know, I don't have to brag about this. And no. I'm just showing y'all that y'all support has gotten me to the level where I am here. You know, I already had some platinum and gold albums before I even did all this. But I thank y'all for y'all support. Okay? And everybody up to the 30th person on the list, I will be sending out a, of course, some type of award or something like that. A thank you award to thank y'all for participating. So only 30 people are going to get that. People after that, if it went platinum, then you'll get that platinum plaque. Just to let y'all know on that one. So it said be a secured creditor in 2 days by getting the album. So again, once you buy the album, the link is in the description. I need a UCC address, which is your birth state address. I need your birth certificate name, first, middle, and last. Identical. No front was backwards stuff because it don't work like that. Then I will need a mailing address to mail you the actual physical album or the book album. You can get either one, the physical album or the book album. The physical album is going to have the CD cover. And I mean the CD cover and the CD, and then it also, the book digital copy will have the pages where you can just, you know, scan the QR code and you can download the album that way. But the album cover will still have the copper encrusted on the cover, and you just make a copy of that, send it to the bill collectors, and they got it. Okay, so you can actually make a copy of every page, the cover and the pages, and send it to them. Send it to them that way, and that's another way of doing it. Now, I'm trying to give y'all this knowledge so y'all know how this thing works. Once you send this stuff to your bill collectors, if you send them a copy of the album, the audio, make sure you let me know. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to report them to ASCAP. Because the album is registered with ASCAP. And that means that they have to pay the performance rights. Okay? Because you have performance rights and you're assigning those over to them. And of course they're going to play it. If they don't play it, then too bad. They're the ones still holding it. So they're listed as a company that played the music. So they got to pay for that. So now they're listed on there, and now they have to pay the fees that ASCAP required. Also, BMI does it, CSAC does it, and there's another couple new agencies that have popped up on the scene in the last 5 years. But I don't deal with those. So now they're listed as they owe. They're a debtor. They're also put on the Duns and Bradstreet as owing, but that's when you get to your step 7. So to use under the UCC, I put them on there as a debtor because you gave them this and settled the debt. That's your proof. Also, the 1099A and 1099B that you will do with this shows the proof. And I'm glad I mentioned 1099A and 1099B because there's some character out here saying that he did my process, which is a lie, because unless you talk to me and learn the process and I show you step by step, you didn't get it from me. Because even King Harry and Tom Woods don't even have the full process. And those are my right hand kings right there. King Harry keep calling me, asking me have I finished up the template so he can have it. So if you did a 1099A or 1099B and sent this stuff off to the IRS, then you deserve a letter that says frivolous filing. Because you didn't call the king and get permission, the instructor, on to use his process. See, I told y'all, what I create is what I create. And only the kings and queens that are with my tribe are the ones that are going to get this information and use this information. This ain't for y'all on YouTube to use. It's for y'all to see what we're doing over here, and hopefully y'all can become part of our tribe. And then we will teach you how to do this stuff. Not for these so-called gurus out here. And that's why you hear the song at the beginning of the video, Who Do You Run To? And talk about these gurus. Because that's what they do. They go and listen to other people's channel and do the monkey see, monkey do, and regurgitate what someone didn't already put out. And try to make it look like they so smart and they get on TikTok talking all this and talking that. Come on, man. One of the queens sent me a video from TikTok, and this guy's on YouTube, right? TikTok, and he's playing my YouTube video. And at the end of the video, he said, yeah, y'all can get in contact with me, such and such, such and such. But you just played my video. So you're faking like you are me just to lure people in and don't have a clue what to do. Listen, you're imitating me. You're a fraud, whoever you are. And if I match the voices up and find out who you're, and know that I can match the voices up. You're messing with a genius here who've been dealing with audio for years. I run it through my computer and match the voices up, and I see that, I'll be coming after you. Okay? Copyright infringement. If you're going to use my videos just to promote and tell people to get in contact with me, then I can deal with that. But not telling them at the end of the video to call you. You're nobody included in this tribe. So don't fake like you in the same ride. Again, the album is now diamond. I thank all the kings and queens for supporting the album. Let me go down the list right here before I move on, because I want to give everybody up to the 30th spot. These sword clashes. I'm scrolling up right now, because at 30 is when the album was, you know, leading up to number 30 is when it happened. So, but everybody else who after that, I'm quite sure the album then went some more times platinum, and y'all still get y'all credits for that once I do my check on that. Okay, so the first, and I'm gonna say the first name, and this might not be their queen or king name, but I am going to say their name as a thank you and a sword clash for supporting the album, and y'all are in that circle of receiving some type of award or plaque. Okay. King Feedy, okay, from New York, I would put that. King Stevian M. Okay, I'm just gonna say the last name like that, even though we aren't supposed to be saying that because that's what you call a derivative. But I'm saying that for the protection of these beings here. Okay, King Stevian M. Okay, and are from Cali. Okay, King Marion R. Okay, from Tennessee. King Sterling R. from Texas. We got King Wesley H. and we got from Texas. We got Queen Marie S. from New York. We got King Ralph P. from Texas. King Kenneth F. I think he is from Tennessee. He haven't confirmed his address, but King Kenneth, get at me so I can make sure your UCC address is correct. Okay? I need to have that address, the one you were born in. Okay? If I don't hear from you by the end of this week, I'll be sending this out this way. I don't have your email. I don't know your email. So you're gonna have to get at me. But if I run across another one like this, I'll just mention it as I'm going down. Number 9 is Queen Alice E. Okay, from PA. The next one is King Croissant. Made me hungry talking about a croissant. King Croissant S. from where? VA. All right. We got King Shannon S. from Nevada. We got Queen Iris Bell T. from let's see here, look like PA. I need to get Queen Iris Bell information for the UCC as well. You need to hit me up. 13 is Queen Tanny M, and that is from New York. Okay. 14 is Queen Magenta M from New York. Okay. King Cameron from Jersey. Know you is. Number 16 is Queen Pamela B from Illinois. Okay. 17, we got Sean K. Okay, Queen Sean K. From Texas. And then number 18, King Lamont from Ohio. Number 19, King Kevin D. from New York. Number 20, King Devion D. And I need to get your address, your UCC mailing address as well. Right now it says from Georgia. Don't know if that's actually correct or not. So this is also an announcement of, those who are also creditors. So if you ever need proof or anything, I'm announcing it right here. Because y'all invested in a project and that made you a secured creditor. All right. That has value. And we're gonna get to the use of value when we get into the thing about the 1099s and this frivolous filing stuff. Stick around. All right. 21 is Queen Tamara H. from Illinois. 22 is King Harry from Texas. 23 is the king from Australia. That is King Pat B. I'm just say Pat B. from Australia. Much love to you, King. 24 is Aurelia N. from like Indiana. Yep. 25 is King Victor C. From where? New York. And we have the number. Wait a minute, the number is off here. Is this off? Got a discrepancy here. It looks like. Bear with me here. Okay, so we got. It is a number off here. These numbers are way off. So look like a number skipped. So he's actually number 26 here. So I need to change this. I'm gonna have to update this. How these numbers get off place, I do not know. So it's actually more issued than I thought. Anyway, but the number 26 is King Terrell W. from North Carolina. So 27, I'm going to change these numbers as I go down, is Queen Carissa B. All right. And yep, address is correct. So North Carolina. Okay. And 28. Again, I'm changing these numbers as I go down because the things are off. Queen Leah J. from New York. Number 29. Yeah. How did I get there? 29 is King James M. from Georgia. And then the last one is 30. Queen Lauren. Looks like C. Like a long name here. Lauren C. Queen Lauren C. And look like from Texas, yeah. Texas. I'm not straighten these things out. Glad I went down this list like this. Should have been did this. So it cut off right there. And 30. All y'all will be receiving a some type of an award dealing with the diamond status of the album. Alright. So moving on. It says we are tribe. We are tribe. And you know the Viola Davis played in the movie The Woman King. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to go see that, support that movie. It's a very good movie. It tells the truth of what happened with the Europeans and the Africans, some of the Africans, certain countries, and the trade game. Okay? As you see, she's wearing the man's crown. See, because sometimes it takes a woman to step up to the plate to take care of what the man's not taking care of, or the king's not taking care of. So, or sometimes they're just called out to do it. Okay, so not always they're lacking or slacking, but sometimes it's what she got to do. It's a position. All right, so if you're trying to be a member of the 100 Kings and 100 Queens, you have to go to the site. It's called 100, the number 100, Kings, KINGSAND, Queens, QUEENS.com, and register as a king. The username has to be a king or a queen name. It cannot be a regular name. It cannot be a ill, cannot be a bay, cannot be none of that. If you put that in, it will be erased and you will be rejected, denied, okay, and possibly banned. Okay, so that's it. So let's go on to this thing about the frivolous filing. So going back into it, someone was saying, left me a message on my voicemail, and they called from a block number. I'm not even going to say their name, so I'm going to say it like LL Cool J said to, what's his name? Said it to DJ Academics, because DJ Academics disrespected hip-hop. And I wanted to do a video just to say something, but I said I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let these other kings and queens handling. But like someone said in one video, it don't end well for them. Because when you disrespect Russell Simmons, Russell Simmons is the one who brought a lot of these artists in and taught people the game as owning their own label. Besides, the Sugar Hill Records, what KRS-One was talking about with DJ Academics. When y'all get a chance, go type in DJ Academics versus LL Cool J. And y'all going to see what actually happened and is happening. But he shouldn't have disrespected Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons actually was the most calmest one about the response. And DJ Academics made a whole video about Russell Simmons, talking about this man. But I ain't going to get into that, man. Y'all go watch it. Y'all do your own due diligence on that. But, so, this king, not even a king. I'm not going to call him a king. Excuse me. This guy, whoever he was, called from a spoof number, and it was a private block number, right? Left a message on my phone number, 850-322-96570. Left a message on the 850-825-0933. Now, first off, by you blocking your number, I already know you're calling with some fuck shit. Okay? Already, off rip. Because if you was real, you would have called from your number directly. See, you thinking I'm going to come back at you. Okay? I don't got time for that. I'll send one of the goons out there if I had to do that. Okay? But, hiding behind your numbers. See, I'm not hiding, you see. So, then left a message on both of my phones. Now, the first phone number he called, he left his message saying the 1099As are not right. And he said he got a frivolous filing from doing my 1099As. I'm going to debunk all that in this video, guys. Right? So, he said, you need to stop that. So, when I talked to Tom Woods, I didn't even really listen to the other message. But I talked to Tom Woods and told Tom Woods, King Tom Woods, what the dude did. Tom Woods said that guy just jealous, whoever he is. Okay? And went on talking about the block number and all that stuff there. But then I went and listened to the message, the second message, on my other phone. Now, this guy says his name was something else at the beginning. In the middle of the recording, he said, oh yeah. I'm not even going to say this guy's name. He said such and such said that your stuff ain't real, it's fake. But by the end of the conversation, he said, I'm that person, pretty much. He is that person he said that said my stuff is fake. He said that was his actual name in the end of the video. That means he didn't even know. He said three different things. The first thing he said was his name was something totally different. Then in the middle, he spoke about someone else saying that they said my videos was fake, or my 1099 was fake. And then by the end of his recording, he said that he was the person that he mentioned in the middle of the video. And he didn't say it like that, but I'm letting you know he actually said that was his name. He referred somebody else by video, and then by the end of the conversation, he said it was him. So he didn't even know what he was saying. He sounded like it was discombobulated, drunk, something. And you got to be drunk. You trying to come at me this way. Because I ain't going to do anything but chop you down with it. So, you say you got a frivolous filing for doing my 1099As, right? My 1099As is the right way to do them. I don't care what nobody out there say. Matter of fact, let me give you a thing that happened. One king called me, and, I got a receipt right here. I got a stamp. Even though it was here. I don't know why it's in here. Let me see. I'm very observant, by the way. So, this king called me, and he was telling me about, he was trying to make sure that these people weren't going to come take his car. Because he gave them a 1099A. I'm not even going to say his name. Right? Because I'm not allowed to. For the safety and security reasons that we have in place. But, you say you gave him a 1099A, and he was concerned about them coming pretty much get the car. He had to make a payment, whatever. He gave him the 1099A, but the people at the car lot did not know how to handle the 1099As. Okay? So I gave him the knowledge on what to do. And I told him don't tell nobody else this stuff. Okay? To tell the car lot to give me a call so I can help them get the funds. Who's going to do that? So not none of these other gurus out here talking, walking. I'm finna help a car lot. But I don't know if he ever called. I know he called one day, but I don't think he called with the car lot. But anyway, the number's still open. On the 1099A, he put himself down as the, his all caps name was Cesta V Trust, or Cesta KV Trust. You don't supposed to do that. You don't have a trust called the Cesta KV Trust. Let me tell y'all, people, something. It's already that type of trust. You don't got to name it that type of trust. If it's an express trust, you don't have to call your junk John Doodoo Doe Express Trust. What if you tell the IRS the trust is what it's called? If you say I'm calling for a grantor's trust, you don't have to put grantor's trust in the name. Just call it a trust. Behind closed doors in the IRS records, they know that it's a grantor's trust. And when you do your declaration of trust, you can name what your trust is then. Then you put the IRS on notice that the trust has changed into this type of thing. Okay? If it's irrevocable, you can't never change it. But if it's revocable, you can. Then y'all need to know the tax codes and tax laws that deal with revocable and irrevocable trust. Besides just going naming your stuff something. But anyway, he put that on the 1099, which was wrong. First off. And then I think he put the call out as the borrower. First of all, that ain't your name. That's identity theft. The IRS will arrest you for that. Okay, that's fair time. Because you don't have a trust in that name. So watch what these people out here telling y'all. An express trust is you operating with expression. Nothing on paper is being done. It's like a common law trust. Express myself to Beyonce. How am I going to do it? Put it on paper? That could be an expression, but she probably want to see your tears. She want to see your heartbeat fast. She want to see the smile on your face when you see her big old breast. Anyway, so I told them what forms to use to give to them for that way they can go to the United States Treasury and get the funds with their accountant. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say right there. I might say a little bit more later on. So, y'all got to be careful listening to these people about these 1099As. And I'm going to break this thing down again for y'all who's incompetent. Not at the age of maturity, majority, whatever you want to call it. Y'all who out there trying to just focus on bill pay, bill pay, bill pay, bill pay, bill pay. You keep repeating yourself on that 1099A without checking the last tax filing. That's where you use your social as a business. And when you use your social as a business and you put last check filing, no one else can come in and file anything on you that's doing it behind closed doors. And you just separated your living name from the corporate name. And it's in the place where it needs to be now as a all caps name, corporation. And I learned that from the bank president, bank manager who headed the bank that showed me this. Okay? Because I'm the custodian of the bank account, so they're going to give me these, how can I say it, jewels. They're the bankers. They know. So when these people come to me telling me I caused you to get a frivolous filing, you are a liar. And I'm finna debunk everything you claim. I know who you are. I talked with the king, and he told me he knows exactly who you is because he dealt with you. You're online charging people $1,500 for some paperwork and talk about a process. And all you're doing is copying off everybody else. So your money's drying up because I'm over here giving away game for free, so you want to try to attack me. But I'm going to debunk you because you can't challenge me. You can't challenge me. The next video I'm going to do about this stuff here, I'm going to have the IRS on the phone, I'm going to have Jackson Hewitt on the phone, and I might have H&R Block on the phone to debunk everything you're saying. You're messing with somebody who dealt with taxes for numerous years and know the head people at H&R Block. But yet you want to challenge me and tell me I'm doing it wrong. If you got a frivolous filing, you finna find out why. Y'all pay attention. Let's go to school. All right. Frivolous. All right. And y'all see over there it says the album, $100. And become a secured creditor. Make your bill collectors debtors. Facts. You see down there I got the 100 kings and 100 queens because I represent the 100 kings and 100 queens. Shalom to all. Much love to King Franchise. Much love to Lottery Rich. Much love to King Harry. Much love to King James in New York, who told us over and over again to start the protocol. And we got it in effect now. All right. Frivolous, for y'all who don't know, it says not having any serious purpose or value. Now, I'm teaching y'all the silver, the copper, the album, because the album has what? Value. Audio that I record, my voice, is what? Real. So it makes it what? Real estate. What's real is part of an estate. Okay? Real estate. This is why a corporation can't own anything. So if you haven't separated yourself, then you can't own real estate. Okay? So I'm able to issue credit from the value of that audio to make you part owner in the performance rights. Okay? So that has a value. The album cover, which has copper encrusted on the front, has real estate because it comes from the minerals of the earth. That's real estate. The art that's done on the album cover is a collectible. Is also art, which is also memorabilia. That has a value. And all this is under the IRS codes too, by the way. So, know what value is. So if you're not dealing with something with value, it's frivolous. So off rip, you know this guy's lying already. Because you know us at the 100 Kings and 100 Queens only deal with value. How you going to say, I taught you something wrong? Come on, man. Let's go. Of a person, carefree and not serious. So when you IRS say you got a frivolous filing, you have no value to none of the stuff you putting in. So you're just saying, oh, so what they're saying to you is you don't have no credits in your Cesta KV trust, or Cesta VK trust, or in your estate. That's your fault you don't have none in your damn account, idiot. Go charge your account up, like the Treasury told me when I first sent in my 9-8 paperwork. I tried to get them to pay a bill under the 9-8, and they said you don't have no credits in your account. Charge up your account and send it back through. I know how to charge the account up. I already charged it up. First charge I ever did was $280-some thousand, and I proved that. Go look at the Duns and Bradstreet video, and I proved it. Right after that, they transferred it over to the what? Foreign Guarantors Trust, because the Foreign Guarantors Trust was merged with the 85 number, which is the estate number, and I did that with the 8832 IRS form. Foreign Trust takes over the estate. You don't do this form for all this other stuff y'all got. Throw all that stuff away and put everything in the trust, meaning the name of it. So it'll be your trust, DBA, Jumpin' Jack Flash Hot Dogs. Your trust, DBA, such and such accounting. Your trust, DBA, such and such designs. You know, you never have to do a license or EIN for those DBAs because it's up under the Foreign Guarantors Trust. Educating y'all all through this, okay? So, that means you haven't taken it serious. You don't have no credits in your account, so it's frivolous. See, when they wrote me back, they didn't say it was frivolous. They was nice about it. See, when you correct your status, they're not going to beat you up like they beat up the citizens. If you got a frivolous filing, then you're still a citizen. You're not taking it serious, is what they're saying. But I'm going to show you what else they're saying. What is an example of a frivolous? The definition of frivolous is something that has little value or importance or is silly or trivial. See? So, you send in this as no value. How do you make a 1099-A valuable? How do you make it not valuable? Because people are sitting here trying to put all this crazy stuff in the description box when there's only one thing you're supposed to be doing, unless you gave out some type of loan money, real money. See, this is why you have to record the 4797 form showing that you have assets of silver, copper, this album, and now it's documented with the bookkeepers. Who's the bookkeepers? The IRS. While y'all trying to get rid of the IRS, you need to be friends with them because they work for you. It says silly. They're calling you silly. You got a frivolous filing. You're doing some silly stuff. They're saying you're trivial. What, you on the Wheel of Fortune? Spin the wheel. And some of y'all just like hamsters going around the dang wheel, hamster wheel. Trivial. You know how you look at the hamster and you're laughing at it because it can't get off? And then it stops, it's tired, breathing. And it's sticking his big old buck teeth out. That's how y'all looking. Now, an example of frivolous is purchasing something you don't need. Okay, so under the instructions, go online and type in instructions 1099A and 1099B, and right after that hit IRS, the words IRS. Hit enter. Go to that document and read what it says. What do it say? You cannot do a 1099A for anything personal. And what is the IRS saying? You don't need it because you're still a slave of your state. It's their job to get it for you. If they don't give it to you, you won't own it. Everything you paid for with fiat currency, you don't own that because you never settled the debt. This is why I'm trying to get y'all to get that album that's below right here that says at this point it's 5.3 billion in copper / real money credits issued. Album is now 14 times platinum diamond. Facts. I don't have to prove nothing to y'all. I don't. I done showed it to Empress Anaya. I done sent it to King EJ. I done sent it to King Lottery Rich about the album numbers and all that. They know the facts about the album numbers. See? The numbers are not the same as the U.S. numbers. They don't have to be because it's not in the same jurisdiction. Education 101. Y'all stick to the United States, where the United States put you in a box and say you gotta have. No, you gotta be outside their box. This is why some of y'all never make it. Because y'all still inside that box, playing around. Playing hide and go seek. And the only thing inside is only 4 corners. I see you. Anyway. An example of frivolous is purchasing something you don't need. So yeah, you trying to get a car, personal car, a house, personal house in your name. Any of those in your name is frivolous. Because it's personal. And under the IRS manual, it says you cannot do it for personal. It got to be business. Now, I will tell y'all some more stuff I just found out about some people that got a lot of fiat from the lawful money. But they said it had to be dealing with business. See? If you ain't checking that box that says business, you done lost already. You check personal, individual, you done lost. It's frivolous. Because the person don't fill out a 1099-A. They're the beneficiary, and they receive it. And in order, if there's a beneficiary, then there need to be a trustee. And the trustee is doing it on behalf of the beneficiary, or for the beneficiary. He's doing it for the trust or the estate, for the beneficiary can benefit. So that means there need to be a power of attorney in there somewhere. So if you don't have the 2848 on file done the correct way, then you lost again. What you're going to get? Frivolous. I'm going to break it down for you. All right. An example of frivolous is a burglar suing a homeowner for shooting them while breaking into their home. So you did the wrong. I'm going to say it like I told Tina. You mean you wrote the doggone song and you don't know? See? Breaking in the home, they shoot you, and you trying to sue them for shooting you. That's silly. You entered into their home. So what you're saying is I can get into your home and do whatever the hell I want to do. You can go to the IRS and give them whatever the hell you want. You broke into the IRS home. They just shot your ass. Had no reason breaking their home. Didn't use the correct keys. Now they shot your ass with a frivolous bullet. Now you need to pull the bullet out. Let's go over. What does frivolous mean in law? Now, I want you to know, so y'all who looking at the Black's Law Dictionary and all this stuff here, let me tell you something. When it comes to the IRS, the Treasury, CFR codes, whatever, you got to understand and understand that when they mention certain words, they're speaking from their definitions under their jurisdiction only, not from Black's Law. You may think or say it means something else, but it goes by what they say. You create your own country, you create your own house, you create your own rules, you create your own definitions. No one can tell you because they word definition for frivolous or law means this is the same as yours. No, it's not. This is where y'all been misinformed. I'm going to go to Black's Law and see what it means. No. You need to go to their codes and look up their definition. Like the UCC has definitions, right? You got to look up the UCC's definition. UCC definitions sometimes are different from the IRS definitions, which they all should match up, but they don't at times. Like they got three definitions for the word state. United States. You see? Black's Law got a different definition. I got a different definition for United States. See? From my experience, from my view, from my knowledge, all I'm going to say is estates. Estates. Take your estates back. And I'm going to give y'all that hint. Okay? All right. A frivolous claim. Okay, comma. See, anytime you see that comment, you better stop. I mean, whoa, King Osabi. And some of y'all like these gurus, just like what academics said about, you know, the rappers, which he should have been talking about the gurus, not the rappers. The old school rappers. I got much respect for the old school rappers because I'm from the old school. He's calling the wrong people out. These guys around here charging y'all for this and that, going to get houses and cars and stuff when all they're doing is using the money that you gave them to pay for the processes to get it, and they're lying saying they're getting it from the IRS through the process that you're doing, which they're lying. I got my $11,500 worth of credit from Amazon from my 9/8 from the credit that was issued from the Treasury and the IRS into that number. That's how I got that. You get the lawful money credits, you can use them as a credit card. All you got to do is go apply. Let me tell you how much I got with T-Mobile. Let me add this up real quick. So, I think they gave me 30 lines, and each line is valued at like $100 pretty much. So they gave $3,000 in credits, but of course, you know, you're going to have your phones with that too. So they estimate, you know, you're going to get extra things with it, phones, stuff like that, and they don't have no phones cheaper than $100 really. The ones under $100 ain't crap, but they have an estimate of what they do, and that's how they go into your credit, right? Because you already have credit with that. Claim. So keyword is claim. What have I taught the kings and queens, you kings and queens, about claims? You go to court, they say failure to state a claim where relief can be granted. What word did we just leave from? United States. State, a state. Okay? Claim, state a claim. Claim belongs to what? The estate. So you're making a claim that someone stole something from what? Your estate. So you got to state your claim. Now, why they beat you in court so much is because they still own the estate, because you haven't became competent yet. Or yet you go into federal court, you have no claim. You haven't done your deed poll with the affidavit of ownership with the birth certificate attached to it on bond watermark paper. Haven't made the deed poll eggshell blue like you should on watermark paper. Turn it around backwards, facing each other, because the deed poll facing behind the birth certificate facing back to back is what? Turning its back on the dead. That's the meaning behind it. The blood represents that you're alive. It even says that in the canon laws. The blue represents heaven. In the scriptures, Christ said they will be on the cloud, right? Just like he left, he's going to come back the same way. You're going to go away the same way. That's what the blue represents. Heaven. Clouds. Sky. Living spirits. Spirits move. Dead doesn't. So if you get left behind, because you're dead. Claim. Affidavit of ownership, which is also called an entitlement certificate. That is your affidavit of ownership. Entitlement certificate under UCC laws. That's commerce. Then after you claim that, then you have to send an order to them telling them to return the lawful money. 12 USC 411. 18 USC 8. It's a claim. Entitlement order is also called a notification of record, but under the UCC is an entitlement order. It's done the same way you do the affidavit of ownership and the birth certificate, but you send them to different places. I'm not going to tell y'all unless y'all with the crew. So don't try to go take this information and use it. I'm just giving y'all knowledge for those that need to have this knowledge. But once you get into our tribe, you will see how we operate. And then you can apply what I put on the YouTube videos in the documents, with the documents, to the IRS, to the Secretary of State, to the Treasurer, to waste, what do you call it? I call it damn waste management. Waste management. But you know what I'm talking about. A claim. Make a claim on all of your receipts individually, as in itemized. You got 20 Walmart receipts, itemize them. Do a 1099-A at the end of the year on them. But make sure you stamp all the receipts. Do a Schedule A on all those receipts. Okay? That's the Walmart Schedule A. Boom. You go to Foot Locker, bought 100 shoes. Damn, who bought that many? But anyway, you're going to stamp all those receipts, list them all on the Schedule A. That's Foot Locker's Schedule A. Just have different Schedule A's. Okay? It can be Schedule A1, Schedule A2, Schedule A3, Schedule A4. Just do them like that. So that way everything's listed out and you make copies of everything. Then you send it to them with an invoice telling them to return the lawful money. But you can't send the invoice until you do the A and the B. And plus you need to have those receipts stamped with your silver or your copper. Why? You just made value. What was it saying back here now? It says the definition of frivolous is something that has little value. It didn't say they have no value. It has little value. The only value you have is the paper you put it on. For those who have the frivolous filings. See? Now you gave it real value. You just turned that receipt into money. It's like King Midas. Whatever he touched turns to gold. Whatever he touched turns to silver. Whatever he touched turns to copper. By having the barcode number, which the barcode represents foreign. Private. Now that enables you to go to 31 USC 3123 and get the depository funds put in the account. Tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go over. I'll get to the A and B in a minute. A frivolous claim, often called a bad faith claim. Faith instead of claim where relief can be granted. A year and a half ago, I did a video on the good faith claim. Or it's called a good cause claim. Good cause claim is what it's called. The same thing. Okay? You're doing it in honor. You know that it's truthful. You know that it's facts. Okay? So this is what gives you the right to the claim. Okay, if you own your all caps name, right? You did the common law copyright first. Not second, not third. First. Right after you've done your silver. Now you do that, or in your birth certificate and your live birth. Okay? If you don't know nothing about that, please go watch my video, 7 Steps to Freedom in Detail. That is the name of it. 7 Steps to Freedom in Detail. The number 7, not spell it out. The number 7, then Steps to Freedom in Detail. And watch that. Okay? That gets you rolling with this, guys. I did a video about the good cause claim, and it just brought me back when it said called a bad faith claim. It means you're not doing it in honor. You just sending out some shit. This is why I say y'all who out there trying to get houses and cars, I don't want to deal with y'all. Period. When you start doing your processes and correcting things that they stole from you and took from you, now I'll work with you. But if that's all you want, bruh, sister, don't deal with me. I want to deal with the people who want to get their estate, leave some behind for the sons, the daughters, the grands, and the bloodline. Save your bloodline. If you're not about your bloodline, then you're selfish. I'm going to say it like this. You're frivolous. You have little value. And yes, there is a definition called a frivolous person. Go look it up. Frivolous person. That's a frivolous relationship too. The relationship has no value. That's why people always tell me, like when I talk to some females, they be like, oh, you want somebody to work for you. No, I want us to work for ourselves. I put value on you and in you. You put it in me as well. We become one. We become a power couple. Look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. I know somebody in the comments says, yeah, but Jay cheated on Beyonce and Beyonce cheated on Jay. Hey, they still created value from that. Because guess what? It made them money. God dang King Stevian. Anyway, so when you make your claim, because that's what you're doing when you do a 1099-A, you're making a claim. Because it's called what? It's called abandonment of property or acquirement. I say it's acquirement and abandonment, but you know I said it backwards. Because you acquired something, now you can claim it. Because there's a contract in place or something that took place to make it yours. That's the only way you can claim what's in the description box. Y'all pay attention because y'all need to learn this, okay? But don't do these processes unless your status is correct and unless you're following the 7 steps to freedom in detail. And I'm the one checking off to make sure it's right. Don't go do this on your own, then come back and say, oh, it didn't work, or I got a frivolous filing. No. Did you go through the protocol? If you ain't go through the protocol, then your ass deserve a frivolous filing. You didn't pick up the phone and call the king, but you want to call me when shit don't go right for you because you want to do it yourself and without someone looking over your damn shoulder. This is how we work over here. We look over your shoulder to make sure you have done it correctly. You ain't gonna find no guru that do that. But now y'all done fucked up because in the end of this video, y'all finna see what done changed. Let me go on. Refers to a lawsuit, motion, or appeal that is intended to harass, delay, or embarrass the opposition. Damn. You harassing the IRS, boy. You got a frivolous filing? They say you wasting our time. You harassing us with this. You want to get money out of us, and you have no claim. See, they know in their system who didn't file the affidavit of ownership correctly, who didn't follow King Stevian's process correctly. They know. All states know about the 100 kings and queens. Usually, see, when someone try to follow behind us, but don't actually follow in our footsteps and try to create their own footsteps, you get a frivolous filing. Sorry, but not sorry. Follow protocol. You'll be successful. That goes to every last one of y'all out there. Now, a claim. See, it already says it's a claim. A claim. Now, when you're dealing with the IRS, see, they got their own laws, see? And you might say, no, they don't got no laws. They got statutes and codes. No, buddy. They still obey the law. And I'm going to tell your ass why. Y'all ready for this? Sit back. Hold your seat. Hold your seat. Do the IRS have documents for real estate? But your eyes got big then. Real estate is what? Real. Anything that is real is what? Private. It is foreign. It is law. Checkmate. So, your claim is frivolous when the claim lacks any arguable basis either in law or in fact. And there's a case right there y'all can look up. It's Neitze. Okay? So, it lacks basis, arguable basis in law. So that means if it ain't worth arguing in court about it, it's going to charge your ass. See, if you got real estate, the silver, the copper, the album, that's arguable. You can prove that. See, an argument is, you said you did this and I did that, what we're doing right now, right? This is arguable, which is really frivolous. But I'm showing you my proof, right? You said my shit don't work. But I'm finna bust your ass open right now, boy. And I'm gonna let these motherfucking punks go in you. Don't fuck with me. I have real estate. Again, your 4797 proves that. Your 1099B proves that. And there's other forms that prove it. But I'm not going to give y'all everything here. Because that's what you're trying to do. Trying to get me to give it out. Give it out so he can try to roll willing and sell it to y'all ass for $1,500. But I give this knowledge for free. For those who follow the king. Now, again, buy the King Queen Copper Dollar album and become a Secured Party Creditor, $100. The link is in the description. Pay that. Make sure you put your UCC address down there. If you can't fit the mailing address for your album, if it's the same, just put UCC and mailing, and then put your address, the full address, your all caps name. Make sure you give me a call, 850-825-0933, and that way I can list your information correctly. Okay? Let's see here. Okay, there we go. That right there is the QR code if you want to go ahead and buy the album. Just scan that real quick and just pay the $100. If you are trying to get the cash ledger book that we have that I showed in another video, then just add 25 on that, and then I'll put you down for that list. The book company who's manufacturing the books is actually taking a long time, actually, because I ordered another one, and they told me they're going to take 2 weeks. So, because I made some changes to the book, it's 20 pages on there. But for some strange reason, it's taking a long time, which I don't know why it's going to take a long time. But I can go ahead and get it in. I wanted to try to have it in my presence to mail it all at once. But it seems like I'm just have them send it to you. Okay? But anyway, at the top, right there, it says, come and talk to me. See that? Come and talk to me. And I said in the end of the video, I was going to tell y'all something about this. I will no longer be accepting phone calls from those that are not new. The new ones, y'all can still call. The new ones, y'all can call to get in and get the ball rolling. But those that have been in here already past step 1 or half of step 1, y'all are on your own now. Up to step 6. So what that means is, after you come in, I'll groom you a little bit. Yep, one-on-one. You don't have to pay nothing at all, period. And I'll get you set up with everything, right? After that, I'm going to say now you're on your own. Go ahead and go to rest of step 1. Go all the way to step 6 and stop. Don't do nothing with step 6. So it's 1 through 5, stop. What's going to happen is step 5, in step 5 is you're going to upload all of your documents at once. And me and the other king is going to review them. Round table is going to review them. And we're going to start checking stuff off that's wrong. We're going to start writing notes down. And if 75% of your document is not correct, you will fail. And you're going to have to go back to the drawing board and start over. And the reason we're doing this because so many people have been wasting our time. We got videos for every single step there is in detail. A lot of people not coming to the Friday meetings, claiming they're not getting the meetings. Okay? A lot of y'all just don't want to come. Y'all just want VIP. No more VIP. You want VIP? Pay me. And I hate to have to charge anybody anything. Because that ain't my MO at all, period. And y'all know this. I even hate being on those calls. But those who are paying the $2.25 per minute, and I'll put that link down there too if you want to chat, or you can go to the 100 Kings website and it's right there on the first page. Just scroll down and you'll see it. The same picture right there. People have been wasting my time. I make a video for everything and they still mess up on their documents. So now this binds y'all to that video of the step that you're on. And make sure you listen to the video in detail, watch it in detail, and get your paperwork right. Everything that I have in the playlist that's called SPC Secured Private Creditor or Secured Private Creditor SPC. If you can't find it, just type in King Stevian after that. SPC Secured Private Creditor King Stevian. And there's a playlist with 30-some videos on there. That's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. It's all the way to step 7. But you're going to stop at step 5, the end of 5. That's going to be your 795. Okay? And then things have to be done in order. Some of y'all want to jump to step 5 and do 5 before you do 3. And no, you have to do them in order. And I'm telling you because I already done this. One thing connects to the next. You can't skip over the Duns and Bradstreet and then go to step 4 and think you can come all the way back to step 2 to do the Duns and Bradstreet. No, you need to stay on course. There are 5 things, 5 to 6 numbers you need on step 2. I have a checkoff list for every single step. Now, those who are doing the steps, after you're done with a full step and you got everything checked off, please, all you got to do is send that through the website that you then completed those steps, and I'll put that in a folder for you. I don't want to see none of your documents. All I want to see is the checkoff list that you said you went through the videos and you checked off everything you had done. Now, that also means that you can watch the videos on the detail on how you do the copyright, how the assumed name is supposed to be done, how the LLC is supposed to be done if you need it in your state, how you do the assumed name if you did it with the state or if you did it with the county. Those are 2 different ways to do those, not just one. And I'm going to say this just for the record. If you do it in the county, you use your lowercase, uppercase and lowercase name with the hyphens, the colons. It's a hyphen, a colon, your first name, uppercase, lowercase, hyphen, all lowercase middle name. Then there's a colon. Then there's uppercase, lowercase last name with a period at the end. That's how you do the beneficiary name. Okay? And I learned that from Corbin. Okay? And he's absolutely right. Because the colon has a meaning to it. Okay? It means of. A description of what came before the last. So which one came first? The last came first. So anytime you got the colon before the last name, that means the last name came first because the first name is a description of the last name. And the last name still is a description of the first name because the first and middle name or the first name came from the father who has the estate, which is your last name. Hope that ain't far over your head. Just giving y'all that knowledge. That's with the county. And your all caps name is first, middle, last, all caps. You don't need an LLC when it comes to that. Now, if you're dealing with the state, if they don't give out assumed names, then you got to do an LLC. The LLC cannot be in your all caps name. It got to be something different, like My Fish Explorer LLC. See? Then the owner is the king name. King, whatever your name is, first name is backwards. Your first name is spelled backwards. First name spelled backwards. So if it's Tom, it would be Mott. It would be King Mott, M-O-T. If you want to put of the such and such estate, you can put that because it's about the estate. The king don't get the colons and stuff. No, don't do that. Okay? All you're saying is you're a trustee of this estate. And that'll play part in step 2 when you get the 9-8. Because that'll prove it. And when you do the 8822B, when you change the all caps name to the king name as the executor. You do not make an administrator. You do an executor. You do not deal with the county with probate because they're telling you what to do and how to disperse funds and assets. You're doing things according to the will. Hebrews chapter 9. You deal with wills. Those who are spiritual deal with the will. Those who are dead deal with probate. The dead person got to get permission. The living being don't. That's why spirits float around the way they want to go. The wind floats, goes. You don't know which way it's going or coming. But of course, we know the Creator is telling them what to do. But he's still spirit. Anyway, I want to get off subject, but we're going to go into the 1099A to show y'all what I did and show you that I did not receive a frivolous filing. So if you did yours the way I'm doing this one, or did this one, then you won't get a frivolous filing. And let me stop right there for a second and hit you with this. There's no way in hell you can get a frivolous filing for a 1099A. If you got a frivolous filing from a 1099A, you are the most stupidest, idiotic person I can come across. And I'm going to say it just like that, no remorse. Because a 1099, I did taxes for years, right? We did W-2s, 1099 miscellaneous, 1099Ks. Those forms are informational forms. That's why it's called informational returns. Okay? You got to have an employee on your estate. You got to have an employee on your trust in order to do these 1099s. So if you didn't put an employee down for the 1099s, that's another reason why you got a frivolous filing. It's not on the IRS record that you can file. Just giving y'all all the reasons why y'all getting frivolous filings. Now I'm going to show and prove my way of doing it clearly, and I'm going to show you that it was approved. First of all, you do not do them by hand. You can do a second one by hand and send it directly to the company and to the Treasury, but don't send it to the IRS. You do the one for the IRS at the end of the year if you want or desire, when it comes out for the year in July. It still come out at the half point of the year, the new forms. Like in July, they came out with the 2022 forms and they mail them to you. That's when you want to get them. Like right now, y'all need to be ordering y'all 2022 1099As, 1099Bs, and I'm going to give y'all this hint, 1099Ks. Order a bunch of them. Please, y'all are going to need those. Y'all going to need those more than you need the A's and the B's. 1099K. A king called me the other day and he was asking me about it, and I said, yeah, I haven't got to that video yet. It's in queue. Tom Woods, King Harry know I'm telling the truth because I told them about the 1099K. King Lamont, I told him about 1099K. By the way, King Lamont is one of the producers with the tribe. Making some bomb beats. So y'all who want beats and you need a beat, get with me. I'll contact King Lamont. I'll contact a couple other kings in Cali, and I'll hook y'all up with them, and y'all can, however y'all gonna exchange funds or whatever. Okay. But just giving y'all the reason why y'all getting these frivolous filings, and to debunk these naysayers. Let me tell you, people are hating on Michael Jordan because they can't dunk like Mike. They can't jump like Mike. They can't pump like Mike. Now I used to pump the ball, and I ain't talking about pumping your girlfriend. Remember them Reebok pumps? Some of y'all used to wear Pro Wings and then just put a little tennis ball on the front and start pumping. Some of y'all used to have them ponies. Y'all remember ponies? That one check. They had a check mark on there. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, let's get into this. This is the 1099A. This is exactly how y'all do it for those that want the lawful money, desire the lawful money. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Desire. Okay, that's the correct word. You do the 1099As. Again, if you watch my video, it's called 1099A, The Last Supper. Type that in on YouTube and listen to that song. It's only 2 minutes. And then after that, I give you 8 minutes of jewels, knowledge. Okay? The reason you're doing the lawful money because you gave them an instrument. You gave them an instrument. You signed an instrument. That's a contract, right? And so you just said you're going to pay them. Anytime you gave them dollar bill, money order, traveler's check, any type of negotiable instrument, any type of promissory note, you owe them. What do you owe them? You owe them the gold. Article 1, Section 10, Section 1. It tells you the purpose of the legal tender. For the purpose of settling debt with gold and silver. And I'm paraphrasing just a little bit, but that's what it means. Then you go to the Federal Reserve website where it says, what is lawful money? And it tells you it's called, lawful money is also called demand money. Why is it called demand money? Because you demand your gold and silver when you give them back the notes. These notes that y'all have, it got somewhat value. It does. Because you're using that note to get the lawful money from the lawful money, which is the demand money, which is also called backed by money. Then you go to the mint and get your gold and your silver. Okay? 12 USC 411, 18 USC 8. Federal Reserve website. What is lawful money? And then talk about the demand notes. And that's where I got to stop, because there's some other things I could tell you, but I'm not going to tell y'all, because y'all be trying to jump the gun and go do it. There's a certain bank account you got to have to get the lawful money. If not, they're just going to credit it to the 98 number, which is the foreign. And then you would have to use that number to apply for different credit cards, and that's how you get your credit used. Okay? So, let's go. Now, here, I start with the estate. Why did I start with the estate? Because you can only do one 1099 in your all caps name under your social, but as a business. Your name is a business. That social is for business. So you check business and you do 1 dash with the rest of the 7 numbers. Okay? So it is a business. How I learned this, I learned this from the bank, and they taught me about the trust, separating yourself from it. And this is a one proven way to separate yourself from that. So the social is a business. Once you check this, and it's proven in the IRS database, because once you have this stuff filed, it is done. Right? So the next one you do, and you have to check last filing. Last filing. This is how you do your last tax filing, by the way. And so that's if you're going to use your social as the all caps name. That's what you do. But then after that, if you do any more, you have to use the estate. That's why I'm using the estate here. You can do it with the 9-8, but there's another tax form you use instead of the 1041. You would have to use the 3820A. I think it's 3820A form. Don't quote me on that one. But look it up. I'm quite sure it is 28A. 3828. Matter of fact, let me look up right now. Yeah, like King Stevian, you told me the wrong thing. I told you I'm not certain of that right now, because my mind's all over the place right now, because some of y'all niggas got me going loony. Okay? Is it 3520 form? That'd be 3520 form. Let's see. Yep. Annual return. So I think it is the 3520A. Might be the A. That's the filing for the foreign entity. Yeah, it's for foreign trust. 3520A is what it is. No, I was right. No, I wasn't wrong now. All right, so that's what you're going to use when you're doing the transfer of your informational transfer forms over. Okay, so I got my information right there. I had to write it out, because I got a new address. Okay, so I'm not going to show y'all. Now, if you see here, I got the information for, the estate. That's the phone number on file with the IRS. So that lets you know that my stuff is already in the database. Now, this is one that I just did, as you see. I did that then, but what was the date I did? Anyway, I just did this, and it was proved today. The account number. Now, I'm showing y'all how to do this with the receipts. Okay? If you get a receipt from Walmart, you get a receipt, a deposit slip from your bank, they give you a number back on that slip. That number on that slip becomes yours. You do an affidavit of ownership on that. Okay? To claim that number. And you send it to who? The borrower. Walmart Stores, Inc. And by the way, y'all, this is Walmart's tax ID number right down there. That's 710415188. Because I know all y'all shopping at the Wally World. Okay? Now, that's their address too, just in case y'all need this as public knowledge. You find it on the website. What is that? Dang it. The SEC website. Okay? And there's another website you use too to find all the tax ID numbers. I ran across it the other night. Someone had told me about it a minute ago. But anyway, you use your receipt number to put for the account number on each receipt that you do on the 1099As. You cannot do a bunch of 1099As and keep putting that same receipt number on there. No. What you can do is do a Schedule A. Put all your receipts down with each receipt number, account number on the side. Not your credit card number, but the receipt number. Put it on the side to identify the receipts. Do all the receipts on a Schedule A document. If you need that document, send me an email, cityside2006@gmail.com. That's CITYSIDE2006@gmail.com. Request the Schedule A, and I'll send it to you. Okay? And you're going to list them all down. And then what you're going to do is go to your copy center and you're going to make a copy of all the receipts. All the receipts. You can put more than one on one page. Load up the scanner and then copy them. Boom. Go to the next few. Boom. And then you're going to print those off. You're going to make of all that, the Schedule A and those receipts. You are going to make about 7 copies of those forms. Because the bill collector got to get one, which is Walmart. The Treasury got to get one. The IRS is possibly going to get one. You got to keep 2 for your records. Always keep 2 for your records, and you might need 1 for the state. And you might need 1 for risk management as well. Okay? This is why you make 7 to 10 of all these documents. Now you're done with Walmart. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a barcode from me, which is a foreign barcode. You pay $20 for that. I register that. And then you put that at the top of the Schedule A. That is your claim to those receipts. Okay? That is your claim. Just like we went over about the frivolous filing. Okay? Now, that is the account number you're going to put there. You're going to put the 13-digit number right there. See, now you got it on a form that proves that that barcode is registered back to who? You or your trust. Okay? Then, the date of your receipts. I would go by the date where the receipts started or either the date the receipts ended. Okay? Because you know you got receipt dates all over the place. But you can do it at the one that it started when you started buying at the beginning of the year. Okay? You can only do them for that year, by the way. But if it's your first, tax filing, you can combine all 3, bring it in to the new year. Okay? So this one receipt, and I did this just for the purpose of this video and to spark a tug at Walmart's feathers. Okay? This receipt was $50. Okay? So what you're going to do, since you're going to be dealing with silver, copper, you're going to be using your stamp. And by the way, those who need the silver, go to JM Bullion or moneymetals.com and order the silver Pyromet card. That's Pyromet. Pyromet card. 1 troy ounce. It cannot be a coin. It got to be a card. Because you're going to have to get your barcode for your silver engraved on that card. Okay? Then you're going to get your stamp made from the template that I'm going to give you. This is why you have to tender $40. You can do that through PayPal. The link below, where the same way you have to buy the album, you can click on that. And that's $40. Okay? And I'll register that and give you the templates. And I'll also give you the links where you can go to Amazon and order the embosser and the ink stamp. Or if you want to, you can go to an embosser company and have them make it. Office Depot makes them. They're going to be more than Amazon though. And you can get the ink stamp, self-ink stamp from Office Depot as well. I suggest you go to Amazon. That's what I suggest. Okay? And use the link that I send you. All right? If not, then that's up to you. But that number is the number for the receipt price. And then down at the bottom it says fair market value. So what is the value of this instrument since you stamped it with your silver or gave them a copy of the album? You want to multiply that times 200 anytime you're dealing with real estate. Most of them deal with 500 times 500, not percent, 500 or 200, not percent. Now, if you don't have silver and you're trying to do this, then what you're going to do is just do 16.666. That was the high amount for the bank, especially if you're going back 3 years. 16.666 was the number. Okay? I don't know how the banks got that number. I do not know, but that's what wound up on my video when you go look at my video about the lawful money that I got from the bank. Okay? And it's on the playlist, SBC Secured Party Creditor. Go down to the bottom and you'll see it in there. Okay? And you'll prove to you that I got my lawful money. So all these people out here lying, talking about what I do ain't true. You liar. Dummies, man. People hate, man. They hate on Mike all the time. That's why he dunking on their ass, having his nuts hanging all in their damn face. Anyway, this one right here was times 200. So it came to $10,000. Okay, that's the fair market value. Since I put it on this document, that which is their receipt, those receipts. So you're going to total them all up. And you're going to put them on 1099A if you're using the Schedule A. If you're doing individual, you're going to have to do individual 1099s. But I suggest you put them all together on a Schedule A and bring them over to 1099A and 1099B. And I'm going to get to the B in a minute to show you how to do it. So, that's the fair market value. That is your interest. That's the interest that we're going to have to be returned from the United States Treasury. This is the amount you're going to bill them. Who are you going to bill? You're going to bill Walmart. Okay? Now, you're going to check that box right there. They're liable. Yes, they are. They're liable because you let them hold your silver. Hold your album. That got to be returned back to the principal. You got $100 million from that album and you gave them 1,000, they got to return that 1,000. They got to. If not, this is where the invoice comes into play and the cease and desist comes into play and the UCC filing comes into play. Because now you make them a debtor. Those who bought the album, what you're going to do is you're going to reach out with this information to me, and then I'm going to put them down as a debtor and that you issued X amount of dollars to Walmart. And your 1099A and 1099B is the information for the return. Okay? That's what they call it, informational return. Okay? So yes, they're liable. You're going to check box 5. Box 6 says lawful money and interest per 12 USC 411. Simple and plain. Okay, let's go up here. It says acquisition or abandonment. So I'm acquiring my lawful money back. There is no abandoning here. That's what they do on y'all who don't go claim your lawful money before the 3 years is up. So you're acquiring it back from them. Lawful money and interest per 12 USC 411. All they asking for is the description of the property. They're not asking if you did jumping jacks. They don't ask what somebody did to you or my girlfriend cheated on me. They ain't asking you had a flat tire. I had a flat tire. They ain't asking, did you save money by switching to Geico and save 30%? They're not asking that. They're asking what is the property. Description of the property. The property is what they're holding. Because they did not give you what you're supposed to have. But of course, you didn't tell them. So now you're telling them, you're giving them back their receipts, right? A copy of them, giving it back to them. If they call you and ask for the original receipts, that's when you give it to them, and that's when they exchange the check, and you don't have to go to the Treasury. But if they don't, then you're going to send it all to the Treasury, and you're going to get what? That and that. And now you can settle the debt out of the lawful money and go pay them their what? $50 in lawful money, or gold and silver. Or you can help make them keep it by just doing another stamp and giving it to them as an instrument, and they can keep it. Because you already got your lawful money, which is $10,000, and now you can add that to your check ledger that you got more money now. Add it to your UCC. Now the value of your $100 million then went up. So now let's go back to the B. So, and by the way, y'all see the sword there. And you see the crowns. So I want to tell you that y'all can make your own 1099As and 1099Bs. There's a handbook that the IRS has that let us know that we can make our own documents as long as it have certain things in it under their guidelines. Okay? And I found that out when I read the W8 Ben handbook. Okay? Then I was turned on to the publication about it. So, if I wanted my own crown on it, I can make my own, okay? Right. So, again, everything that you had on the A gets transferred over here. Same thing, estate, Walmart, same information. Account number, same account number, got to be the same. Same tax ID number for Walmart, same tax ID number for the payer. And no, this is not your last tax filing on this one. So at the top, it's not a corrected. Nope, you do not check corrected on either one. You don't know if these people did one on. You never check corrected unless you go check your own file in the IRS database and see if they have a 1099A on you. I think that's the 4950 form. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of those. To do an informational return check. But anyway. First thing you're going to do, you're going to check D. That's for long term. Okay? If you notice, in the description, you have to put what you gave them to make you be able to put a claim on the 1099A description property. Right here it says, what did you give them? Description of property. Settled debt paid in silver. And then it got the barcode number, 13 digits. That's all you put. Why? Because you stamped the receipt with the barcode stamp. For those who are doing the album, you can do settled debt with album, and then you put the barcode number. Simple and plain. Okay? And all those who buy the album will get that barcode. Date acquired. Now this is the day of the receipt. Okay? Or even on 1099A, it's the same date. Date you got the receipt, you write accept them. Let me tell you, I got the receipt right here and tell you exactly what goes on it. You're doing your receipts. Where's my Walmart receipt? Hope I ain't lost you, buddy. Where you at, man? I ain't lost money, guys. I ain't lost fucking money. God damn. Don't laugh, it's not funny. I lost some money. Anyway. Alright, so I got my Walmart receipt right here. I got the stamp going across it. And across the back, I got it stamped. Okay, I signed my signature on the back as well. Okay. At the top, you're going to put accepted and paid and acquired on. And then you put the date. See? It should match up the date of the receipt. Then, on the side of the receipt where the little white line is, you're going to turn it sideways. And you're going to put make payment to. So that would be who you're going to make the payment to. They're going to make it to the estate here. So you're going to write that on the receipt. You got to write in small words. Then at the very bottom of the receipt, you're going to put per 12 USC 411 return principal. And where your stamp is, it says this debt has been paid in 0.99 pure silver shares. And you're going to put the amount of the receipt, which here is this, $50. Okay, that's the principal. Now, on the other side of this receipt, you turn sideways. You're going to put return interest equals. And what is that amount that I put there? I put the, excuse me, let me go down here. I can tell you. $10,000. I'm just telling you about the receipt right now, not about this form. Okay? So I told you everything that goes on your receipts. And some of the receipts might be done a little different. Depends on what you're doing. Like some of the videos I have might have something slightly different. But it's still all the same in a nutshell. Okay? But this is how you're going to handle the receipts. On the back, you're going to stamp it again. And you're going to put per 12 USC 411 for lawful money return. Turn the receipt on the back sideways. Okay? And what did I put here? Okay, I put interest / FMV for fair market value. And I have my embosser embossed with the 10,000 plus 10,000 wrote in. Okay? Front and back. You're going to make 10 copies of this front and back at the copy shop. Okay? Remember I told you about your receipts? Front and back. Front and back. Okay, because you got to put your signature on the back. You got to sign. It's a check to get your money back from the bank. You're going to do your deposit slips like that. You're going to do your checks like that. Checks, all you need is 12 USC 411 return on lawful money. You got your proof right there. There's your claim. Now, if you want a barcode on that check, hit me up. I'll get your barcode. And then when you go to the bank to cash your check, you put that barcode number on there. So guess what just happened? You got a claim. That check is yours. And you're supposed to make a copy of that check, front and back. Now you got a non-UCC. You're going to send them a copy of that check, invoice, and tell them you want the return of your lawful money. Pick up the phone and tell them, have you put my lawful money in my account yet? They don't do it. Now you move to the next step, 1099A, 1099B. Booyah. Okay. So, you're going to put the date sold. That is the date you do the filing of the taxes on this. The day you do your 1099. So I did it on the 24th. That's the date I disposed of because that's the day I gave them the silver on the receipt. That's the day I stamped the receipt. Okay? If it's the same day, then you put the same day as that one. Proceeds is $50. The accrued market discount is $99.50. Why? Because you take away the $10,000 from the 50, which is 1D. 1D is subtracted from line what? 13, and it gives you the answer on line 1F, which is $99.50. Accrued market discount. What is accrued market discount? That is the amount that is discounted for the 1099 OID. Market discount. That is the interest that is given for the contract that they gave to the Treasury. And the Treasury advanced them. Go to 31 USC 3123 to see exactly what I'm talking about. They advanced them the interest. That's how the bond was created. Now the foreigners are investing in that bond, and whoever was tied to that bond, they are a debt slave, and you are owned by them. Every time you work every year and taxes are paid, you're paying taxes on your bonds. Checkmate. This is why you have to settle the debt, guys. That's what this is about. It's trapping them from getting the lawful money. And once it's returned, they have to shut that bond down. I can show y'all how to get the bond settled. You don't want the bond. Why the hell would you want a bond? That's stupid. People still going to be investing in it. That ain't stopping the Treasury from selling it. If you look on 31 USC 312, it says the Treasury can dispose of that bond. That's how they dispose of it, by selling it. Now you're a slave. Better go to Deuteronomy where it talks about bondage. Okay? Now, cost of other bases is 50. Everything else is not checked here. 2 through 5 is not checked. 6 is checked. Gross proceeds. 7 is not checked. 8 is not checked. 9 is not checked. Nothing goes in there. 10 is 0. 11 is 0. 12. Check if basis reported to the IRS. Yes, the basis is reported to the IRS. You got your 4797 form that will be reported to them. And there's a couple other forms, but I'm not saying. Because remember, I don't want you going trying to do this without my permission. You got to be part of our trial for me to show you this. Some of y'all run with the stuff. Because you're mixing other people's stuff with my stuff, and this is what fucks you up and gives you a frivolous filing. You dumbass nigga. Stop it. And excuse me, queens, for being so abrupt. 13 is bartering. I already went over that with you. That's the $10,000 that is transferred from the 1099A. And let me tell you where from the 1099A is transferred from. Right there on box 4. You see the numbers line up. Balance of principal. That's the 50. That's the date of lender's acquisition or knowledge of abandonment. 1025. You abandoned as soon as you got the receipt and you didn't file your paperwork. Okay? No FACA at all. No CUSA numbers. No state. None of that. None of that. Okay? Keep it simple and plain. Sweet like pea. Sweet pea. Let's move on out of here, man. Now, I want y'all to look at this. This dude said I caused him to have a frivolous filing, which he's lying. I found out who he is. He's one of these gurus again online selling people packages for $14,000 or $1,500. You talk about Chris Hauser, but your stuff, man, get the hell out of here. Let me tell you, you talking about trying to protect Chris Hauser. The only reason you trying to protect Chris Hauser because Chris Hauser is your master. See? Anytime somebody attacks somebody's king or their master, they're going to come at you. So if you're trying to protect Chris Hauser, that means that is your master. That's your slave driver right there. You are a copper tone, but yet you got this man as your master. See? It's a shame. Instead of working with the other copper tones, you rather try to challenge another copper tone. You just like them. I already showed y'all my credits. I don't have to lie. I showed you I'm the custodian of my bank account by me having the lawful money with the bank account. I done showed you I'm the interest holder of the Social Security number. See? But, you know, I'm on the do not detain list. So, I don't have nothing to prove to y'all. I'm just trying to help y'all. Even you, guru. Damn, I'm going to have to use that in a rap. Even you, guru. Hey, King Lamont, I need a beat for that one. Anyway, all right. Watch this. Dear Stevie Tyrone Thompson, congratulations. The IRS and, of course, King Stevian did the tax return for Stevie Tyrone Thompson because King Stevian is the worker of Stevie Tyrone Thompson because he works for the trust and they took over the estate. That's why. Now, congratulations. The IRS accepted your 1099 tax return. You may download 1099 from any time from our website, available in PDF format. Reference number. Boom, there's the reference number. Did I just show y'all that? Pfft. Pay your name. There go the estate. It matches up with the 1099A. Year 2021. Matches up with the 1099A. Form name, 1099A. And who's the recipient? Walmart stores. So prove it to you right here. Let's go back over. What is that? I'm going to have to call him back. That go to 1099A right there. That go to Walmart stores right there. Just prove myself that it was approved. No frivolous filing. Either they're going to approve you or they're going to disapprove you. It ain't no frivolous filing for a 1099A. The only way you can get a frivolous filing for a 1099A is you sent in something else with this 1099A by hand and they gave you a frivolous filing. This is why you do them online on 1099online.com. So that way they can approve it in 2 days. If they approved it, they approved it. It's in their database. The data was transferred to their database. Now you need to follow through with the rest of the things that I know to do. See, he don't know the process. The so-called guru don't know the process that we doing over here. Unless somebody went and tried to tell it to him, which that's not the truth. Because they don't even have the full process yet. I ain't gave it to nobody yet. But I have it sitting right here. Every piece of the process. I know how to do it. So the reason you got a frivolous filing because you haven't checked in with the king. Now go to 1099A. I'm finna show you the 1099B was approved. Dear Stevie Tyrone Thompson, congratulations. The IRS accepted your 1099 tax return. You may download 1099 from any form, anytime from our website, available in PDF format. Reference number. There go the reference number. Did I show you that again? Another one? Pfft. Go check the reference. Pair name, Stevie Tyrone Thompson Estate. Boom. Again, Stevie Tyrone Thompson Estate. Stevie Tyrone Thompson is the beneficiary. So yes, they're going to send it to the beneficiary, but I'm doing it on behalf of Stevie Tyrone Thompson. King Stevian is. Because I'm the worker for Stevie Tyrone Thompson, who also really was the grantor, by the way. Because it comes from the estate, the real estate. Okay? Now, form name 1099B. Recipients, Walmart stores. I already showed y'all the Walmart 1099B, but I'm going to go back anyway, since some haters want to hate. There it goes. 1099B, 2021. Okay? Who? Walmart stores. See? So, improve myself. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head. Many of you who talk want to be like the king. I ain't talking about Martin Luther King who was at Freedom Ring. Okay? I'm talking about King Stevian. I just proved that my stuff works. And showed you why you put the 12 USC in there, per 12 USC 411. What you're going after. You are going after the lawful one. This is why a lot of y'all don't get y'all interest back. Y'all go discharge and discharge and discharge and discharge, but you're leaving the bread on the table. What bread is that? That's the interest. The creditors, the fake creditors are the ones who are taking your interest, which means you're still a debtor. They'll discharge it, all right, but they're holding your bag. Until you go claim that bag the way I just showed you right here. You will always be a debtor. I don't care what status correction you think you're in done. Your status is not corrected if you are a debtor. You just went through all that for nothing. All that paperwork, a proclamation, declaration. It don't mean a damn thing if you haven't settled the debts. And you can only settle the debts with gold, silver, copper, precious metals. That's the only way. This is why the elect go to the county, right? And file the real estate with the county. This is why they call the elect. In the Bible, in the county, electoral votes count. Because those are the people who own the real estate. Okay? This is why. So before you step to the king, make sure you're watching what you bring. Because it ain't gifts. My kings are going to lift you up and throw you out. Okay? I just debunked what you tried to say about me. Now, once I get your information, unless you call me and apologize, I will be sending you a bill. Okay? So you're trying to bring down my name, my character, you know, and you don't have no facts. You have no claim on it, what you're saying. I just debunked everything you said. And if I had took you to court, I will win because I just proved you wrong. My Duns and Bradstreet proves you wrong. All the things that I got prove you wrong. One of the kings who is on the do not detain list right now will prove you wrong. Okay? One who got his live birth back from the vital statistics that said this is what we got on file for you, showing that he's still living, will prove you wrong. The king who sent in the 1099A, 1099B and did the silver registration and sent him the silver and the invoice and the cease and desist, prove you wrong. Because it's taken off his credit now, because the debt is settled. Now he can go after his interest. And I'm just showing him now how he can get his interest with this video. Shalom to King Harry. Okay? One of the leaders of the round table. One of the elder leaders of the round table. Much love to King Terry Bay as well. Alright, so let's get to the last part before I get out of here. I got to return those phone calls of these people that called. I will, like I said, I will no longer be accepting any more phone calls from anyone. If you want to talk to me, it says right there, come and talk to me. You will have to pay $2.25. And the reason I'm doing it is because people are trying to get under my skin. They're hired by the government and these gurus to try to come and lower my energy level. Okay? So, this is why I'm like Michael Jordan. Because when Mike sees somebody keep going to the left, he'll go to the right, but you would think he's going to the right, and he flip around, turn around, and boom, he's dunked, and you wonder what just happened. He was just right here. That's how I am with you. Y'all will never keep up with what I'm doing, because I always change up. But it still stays straight, according to the things that need to get done. A lot of you can't copy what you don't know. You think you come into my group and send people in faking like they want to get free. I know y'all. And those will exit left or be exited left. Again, I won't be taking any more phone calls. Those who are just coming in new, I will accept y'all with open arms. I will groom y'all till y'all get to half of step 1. And then I'll let y'all go all the way up to step 5. And again, y'all will have a test. 200 tests, 200 question tests. And if you don't get 75% of that test right, you're going to have to start all over or just get out. If the documents you upload is not 75% correct, you will start all over or get out. Somewhere, at some point, common sense kicks in. Studying kicks in. Handling things on your own kicks in. The things I played with when I was a child is now long gone. You're now a man. You're now a queen. Or, excuse me, not a man, but you're a king and you're a queen. So you need to act like that. You want to be an emperor or empress, then you got to pass the king's state first. Or the kingship first. Then get on the land to be the emperor. And I know I'm an emperor, as some people say, but I don't use that because I want to be on the same level with y'all. To make you all feel comfortable. Okay? That's why I lower myself and humble myself to be on the same level as y'all. But some of y'all have ruined it for the others. The ones that are coming in. Now, this is in a sense a good thing. Because now it makes y'all pay attention to the videos. Write notes and really come to the meetings on Fridays. And ask your questions for free. On Fridays, the questions are free to be answered. We'll sit on the call for 4 hours. Y'all can ask me whatever y'all need to about the steps. Now, if you're not on step 2, don't ask me about step 2. I'm not going to answer it. And you better prove to me that you're on step 2. Like I said, that will be a checkoff list for each one of the steps at the end. And I'll do a video on each one. And y'all get those forms so y'all can check them off and send them to me through the 100 Kings and 100 Queens website. I do not accept direct emails with attachments. So don't send me anything. So, if you want to talk throughout the week, I'm willing to answer all your questions then. Right? But again, you better be on the step you are appointed to. It's $2.25 a minute. And the link is in the description. Okay? Or I'll get to that in a minute. So that's how this works from here on out. I will ignore every single phone call. Now, if you're new and I don't answer, please leave me a message and I'll call you back. If you're calling about drama, hey, I'll debunk anything you say. But I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to set the captives free. That's my calling. That's what I'm doing. So what you need to do is get this knowledge and start pursuing. Okay? On that note, let me go over. That right there is the King Queen City. I designed that. Okay? That's the King Queen City. What I'm going to do with that is going to be a painting. Okay? It's going to be a painting. And it was actually a design that I did from a video that it made. And I said, wow, that looks good. Let me create it and make it something that it's not. So I made it a city. Going up to the light. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to have this put on canvas. And then I'm going to paint it over the picture on the canvas. So we have real paint. I still designed it digitally, but I'm going to put it as a painting as well. So it'll be both. Then I'm going to encrust silver and gold on this document. Oh, excuse me, not document, but canvas. And that will be art. That will be money. Anything you put silver or copper or gold on, it becomes money. Why do you think this album, for those who got the UCC, it states 100 million real money? And by the way, the UCC approved it. They're not going to approve no fuck shit. This is the Treasury Division. Why would they do that? Some of y'all they just don't care about. Just get your little fee out and run, because now there's a bond created. And yeah, every time I spent that funds on the UCC filings, got to go back, settle the debt on every receipt. I got every receipt, so you should too. All right. So that's King Queen City. Got the crown, king crown, queen crown. Got the lights. They got a light up there. So you have your silver and your gold around there. Now, I got some things for you dealing with the gold. Because we're going to have a gold dollar. We're going to have a gold album. Silver album coming up next in December. That's when the silver album will be released. So, again, go to the 100 Kings website and click on that link down in the middle section, scrolling down to the bottom, and that's how you make a call to me. Okay, you got to register on the site, that premium site that you see me on, and then you can hit me up. I will not be reviewing any more documents. Again, I'm going to say it. But the newbies who come in, I will guide y'all with the silver. I will guide y'all with the common law copyright and with the assumed name. After that, I'm done. Y'all on your own all the way up to beginning step 6. That's when your test, 200 question test will be given, and we will review your documents. Okay? 75% is wrong on the test, 75% is wrong. Or if you haven't made a 75, excuse me what I'm saying, is right. You're good. But if it's anywhere under that, even at 75, I'm still thinking. Because you're having an open book test. The video is telling you everything, guys. But no more of the messed up stuff. Y'all done watch the videos. Y'all look at the silver. Y'all know how to do the silver. Y'all know how to do the barcodes, the common law copyright, the affidavit of ownerships, everything. And yet y'all still mess up. That means y'all not paying attention. Y'all think y'all on the VIP list to get answers. Now, let me say this before I get out of here. Everybody who didn't purchase the album, I will guide you all the step of the way dealing with the album. Okay? Because y'all investors in this. This is y'all future for y'all offspring. I ain't going to say offspring. Sons and daughters. Generation. Estate. So you're going to have to be in contact with me to learn how to move and maneuver with that. So, y'all free to call those who are invested in the album. But that doesn't mean call me and ask me anything. Only the stuff dealing with the album. And how to use it to settle these debts. You're an investor. I have to meet with the investors. You're an investor forever now. Period. Unless you sell your shares. Okay? And a lot of y'all who haven't sent me y'all information again, the correct UCC mailing address in your birth city, your address, not the state's, yours. If you don't have one, you need to go get one. And then a mailing address where you are now, where you can get your album. Okay? And let me know if you want the physical album or if you want the book album. Okay? It's up to you. So if you use this information to get free, do not blame me. Blame the LORD. Want you to do it. Oh yeah, he would do it. So what you need to do is get this knowledge and start to pursue it. I'm King Stevian, representing what? The 100 Kings and the 100 Queens. I am out. Who you gonna run to? Who? Yeah. That's right. You can run to the 100 Kings. That's us. King Stevian. That's and me. 100 Queens. Can't forget about them. I know. The Gurus got tribe. That they gonna set you free. They ain't gonna do that. But how can they set you free? How? When they're not led by 14 times. Queen Diamond. Now. And you know. Who can you run to? You run to me. The KING. Stevian. Who can you run to? You run to King Stevian of the 100 Kings and Queens.
Now who you gonna run to? These gurus rip you off. He said that you were winning, but you found out that you lost. Now you need to back off. He said he got that COVID cough, cause he only told you that so that guy can run off. They always acting hard, but them gurus are soft. Swear they living in a mansion, but they living in a loft. Working for them agents, them state affiliates, selling UCC so they can get a kickback. They need to stop that. Matter of fact, where they at? I'm sending King Lemuel to make sure your head crack. Off with their head, the kings and queens sword clash. That's our nation speaking wisdom, make sure your needs met. Have you dropped them gurus yet? Like a television set, programming you for a trust you'll never get. Let us give you 7 steps so we can bring you on through. Now go and tell your friends who you can run to.
Who can you run to? You run to me. The KING. Stevian. Who can you run to? You run to King Stevian of the 100 Kings and Queens. Who can you run to? You run to me. The KING. Stevian. Who can you run to? You run to King Stevian of the 100 Kings and Queens. 100 Kings and Queens forever.